Daily market commentary for the 16th of July 2019. What a beginning to the week it has been in the crypto world, with moves over the weekend and then continuing those into Monday. And Tuesday would not be any different. Although the beginning of the day, you could easily have been lulled into a false sense of security. ETH had pushed its way back up to 234, and Bitcoin back just marginally over the 11,000 level. Given the price action over the weekend, the negative comments from President Trump, as the US Treasury Secretary Mnuchin's impromptu press conference yesterday on cryptocurrencies, you could almost say that the end result there at those levels wasn't actually so bad, especially for Bitcoin. That is until today's Facebook hearing on Capitol Hill, which saw a cross-party lack of love for Libra, Facebook's new proposed cryptocurrency. It wasn't really any one statement that stood out, just a general skepticism around the entire venture, coupled with Facebook's rather lackluster history on data security. All in all, it was just a green light for the market to head lower and lower quickly. BTC dropped down to a low of 9,470, and ETH plummeted down to 190.50. Much of the crypto market now is 40 to 45% off the highs from 2 to 3 weeks ago. Once again, the market gets so far ahead of itself. And in reality, the scrutiny around Facebook is really not surprising. For there to be any chance of widespread crypto adoption, rules will need to be followed, regulations put in place, and bad actors turfed out. And this is exactly what Secretary Mnuchin alluded to yesterday, which was actually seen as somewhat of a positive at the time for crypto markets to really thrive. Everyone has to play by the rules. He also alluded to the fact that the Treasury views cryptocurrencies as a national security issue. So, of course, regulators and politicians are going to take all of this very, very seriously. And there's going to be pain along the way, but ultimately it's a process that will have to be gone through over and over if real-world adoption is to become a reality. And Facebook is kind of the test case for this. And I think we're just going to see continued volatility around this, possibly for weeks and months to come. It should not be surprising. But as I wrap up, ETH has managed to bounce back up to around the $200 mark, and Bitcoin sits right on support at 9,600. Onto FX. Trying to imagine what it would be like if Euro-dollar moved 40% in 3 weeks. I think we probably all end up having heart attacks. In fact, over the past 12 months, Euro has had a range of around about €8 in total. 7 euro in total, which is less than 8%. So that's what stability looks like, and crypto could certainly learn a lesson or two from there. Anyway, this day saw a general move higher for the dollar after some much better than expected US retail sales data this morning. Dollar yen traded up to 108.35, while Euro-dollar falls down towards 112. And sterling to just under 124, making new lows on the year. Despite some dovish comments from Fed's Powell and a Trump comment that any trade deal with China was still a long way off, the dollar remained firm throughout the US session. The stronger dollar saw gold down more than $10 to around 1403, and the US 10-year yield back up to 2.125%. European equities would close higher across the board, while US shares ended lower. The Dow Jones down just less than 0.1%, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ down just over 0.4%. Onto a little bit of technical analysis here. I'm tempted to show another crypto chart, but they're starting to look like the scribblings of a 3-year-old child. So for today, it is back to FX, and I just wanted to turn attention back to sterling, which, as I mentioned before, made a new low on the year, down at 123.97. The break of 124.23 on this daily chart here should be significant from a technical standpoint, opening up a move potentially down to the support level here around 121.08. Of course, with the current political climate being what it is in the UK, and all things Brexit on everybody's minds, you do need to be aware of any erroneous comments from senior figures in politics and finance. But for now, sterling is definitely feeling the pressure, probably more so than any other currency right now, or major currency against the dollar. So keep an eye on this going forward. Definitely feels like a case where the market wants to have a go at taking it lower. And on that note, I shall wrap it up for the day. I wish everybody the best of luck with your trading. I hope all your crypto traders are managing to survive what is some pretty extreme volatility. And I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. Cheers.